Before we begin, I'd like to make an extremely quick update on my channel. 1. I'll be making Bionicle Lore Explained episodes much more often. 2. Mock slideshows will continue as normal, but I'd also like to try making Moc Spotlights and how-to builds. 3. My original Bionicle story is something that I'll be writing in the background while I release more videos like this. I have 5 books planned and ideas for some side stories I can also tell. Instead of releasing each chapter one at a time, I want to release each book all at once. There will probably be a more formal announcement once I've made enough progress, but for now, just know that it's being worked on even if you can't see it. Now we can start with the actual video. Thanks to Lonely Shade for recommending today's topic. If you'd like to decide what I cover next in this series, comment your idea down below and it may become the topic for a future episode of Bionicle Lore Explained. Among all the factions in the Matoran Universe, there's one that's always stood out to me. Led and founded by the first ever Toa, the Order of Mata Nui was a secretive organization dedicated to the will of the Great Spirit. In this video, we'll be taking a deep dive into the members, history, and any other information you need to know about the Order of Mata Nui. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. Many beings who'd later become agents of the Order were once members of the Hand of Artakha. This organization was founded with the purpose of maintaining peace within the Matoran Universe. However, throughout the 200 years that it existed, the Hand of Artakha ran into many issues due to a lack of discipline amongst its members, and some of its actions being too destructive. The Hand of Artakha played an important role in protecting the newly created Matoran Universe, but in the public's eyes, they caused more harm than good. During this period, a very important being would come into existence, one that sought to carry on the legacy of the Hand, and was the first Toa that ever lived. This Toa went by the name of Helryx. She not only would become one of the most powerful and experienced Toa, but Helryx was also the founder and leader of the Order of Mata Nui. Previously, Helryx was a member of the Hand of Artakha, so it only made sense that she'd invite many of her former members to join her new order. However, a rule was made that no Toa would be able to join the Order of Mata Nui, due to the moral ambiguity of their actions. The Order then established a fortress on the island of Daxia, where they'd remain in secrecy for the foreseeable future, carrying out the will of Mata Nui himself. The Toa Mata were a group of 6 Toa created to help the universe in a situation where Mata Nui had fallen. After the Order's creation, these Toa arrived on Daxia, where they were awakened to be trained. Their instructor was a member of the Order named Hydraxan, who taught them everything they needed to know as defenders of the universe. Once their training was complete, the 6 Toa were placed in stasis inside the Codex, a massive sphere located within the swamps of Nui, where they'd laid dormant for centuries, ready to defend Mata Nui in a time of great peril. In Nui there lived the Matoran, otherwise known as Matoran of Light. The Order of Mata Nui became fearful that the Makuta would target these Matoran, because the Makuta were creatures of shadow, making them weak to the light energies possessed by the Matoran. To prevent their extinction, the Order removed some of the Matoran residing in Nui, and relocated them to different parts of the Matoran universe. They also made sure to change the color of their armor to make them appear like Matoran of a different element. One such example was Takua, who got relocated to Metro Nui and his colors changed to look like a Matoran. To hide this from the Matoran and the rest of the universe, Mata Nui erased this period of 6 months from the memory of every being in the universe except for the Order's agents and a great being secretly disguised as a Matoran. For almost the entirety of its existence, the Order's agents kept their organization's presence a closely guarded secret. This was done so that they could operate without the restrictions of morality and keeping the public's trust, meaning they were willing to do almost anything in the name of the Great Spirit, including the most gruesome tasks. All members were also trained to shield their minds against telepathy and mental attack in order to prevent sensitive information from getting leaked. Most members carry weapons forged from proto-steel, but there's also some equipment provided by the being known as Artakha. Some members have also been known to enhance themselves through experimentation, but there's also been some events where they've gone wrong, such as Jirbraz, who became permanently invisible from his failed experimentation. Now we're going to conclude this episode on the Order of Mata Nui by giving a brief summary about all the known members in this faction. Helryx was the founder and leader of the Order. Axon was tasked with the protection of the Kanohi Ignika. Artakha, like Axon, was also a guardian of the Ignika. However, after Artakha turned away from Mata Nui and the Order's cause, he was placed on probation for his actions, though he later redeemed himself by completing an important mission for the Order. The original Hydraxan was killed by the Baraki in the pit during the Great Cataclysm. However, he was later replaced when the Matoran Dekar was transformed into Hydraxan by the Mask of Life. The Order never knew of Hydraxan's death, so they all believed that this replica is the real Hydraxan. Jirbraz was an invisible member of the Order of Mata Nui. Jomak was capable of shattering herself into a cloud of dark crystals and reforming herself at will. Krakua was a Toa of Sonics that acted as a liaison between the Order of Mata Nui and the Toa, before being recruited into a full-fledged member of the Order. Mesika was a Matoran spy. Tobdek was a giant at 10 feet tall and was often assigned to some of the most horrid missions carried out by the Order. Trinuma was a warrior that stood at 9 feet tall. Ancient was an Order spy who infiltrated the Dark Hunters and was later killed by its leader, the Shadowed One. And finally, Botar was responsible for taking criminals to a prison called the Pit. Eventually, Botar was killed by Makuta Icarax and replaced by another member of his species. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Bionicle Lore Explained. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I plan on making these much more often, so if you'd like to see a certain topic covered next in the series, comment your suggestion down below. That'll be all for this video, so I'll see you next time. Did you enjoy the video? Then do your duty and give it a like. Also, if you're feeling generous, then why not embrace unity and subscribe for more content just like this. If you've already done those things, then achieve your destiny by joining my Discord server linked in the description. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.